welcome back to another episode of Dumpster Fires of the Atomic Shop. We're going to see if there's anything new in here today. Looks like they're having a bundle sale for a limited time. They've got the mutated public events this weekend from the 15th, which is today, through the 22nd. The Switchback Power Armor bundle is still available, and the Scaled Oxlotl is still available throughout July, so make sure you get that one if you're looking for it. I personally do not give two hills of shit. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we've got in the Atomic Shop for the week. New stuff. And I'll go through the weeklies with you and see if there's anything I can help you with real quick. So, again, what you need to know is everything that is in the Atomic Shop will not be on my screen, because some of the stuff I own will not show up. It's just the way they did it for some reason. Call it clarity of stupidity. Yeah. Alright, so we've got the Raider Mega Bundle. And this thing is basically every Raider object that they haven't thrown into another bundle. And some of the stuff they have, to be quite honest. It's one of the better bundles. It doesn't come around very often, so if you want it, I would suggest picking it up. The clean variant of the outfit that is in the game, which is this one right here, they have a bloodied version in the game that you can get by doing, if I remember right, daily ops to get it. But this has like the eye pieces, the armor paints, power armor skins, weapon skins, the Skull Lord outfit, the Junkyard Cultist helmets. I mean, just you name it. I don't think it has the, I think the Pip-Boy skin is what they're selling you here, not the helmet, because that usually comes with a different piece. But let's just double check to make sure, because most of those helmets come with a boy and girl version of the same thing. And yeah, that's not what they're selling you, but they are selling you this stuff, which is basically the stuff that came from Nuka World in Fallout 4. The different faction armors and different things like that. Nothing too big. Some cool stuff. I mean, I like this armor here. I think it's one of the cooler sets in the game. But, skin-wise, but, yeah. Like I said, it's a matter of taste. If you want it, it's here. If you don't want it, I understand. There's a few decorative items like these skulls, the door knocker, the fire pit, the drum set. This is my favorite Collectron in the game. He threatens to burn down your camp, which I wish they would actually let him do. For a lot of you, it would be fun. Come back with your camp on fire. Then we've got the Red Rocket Diesel Fusion set, which is basically all of the Red Rocket items and a few of the light 'em up items, or neon signs, to be honest. These neon signs used to be one pack by themselves that you would get. And if I remember right, this coffee machine was one that you got on the scoreboard. This thing produces plastics, so yeah, you might want to get that. But, I mean, the light 'em up Gat skin is the only thing here that I don't have, and there's a reason for that. I'm not a real big neon fan in reality. Why would I want it in my games? So, high-tech armament bundle, which basically covers the Gat Plaz, the laser Gatling gun, and the laser gun. I don't even think... Oh, it does have at least one plasma caster skin in here. Most of these were available at various points, either as individual items or as bundles with other things. The industrial plasma cutter here, if I remember right, was a thing that was on a scoreboard, while the mind paint and the armor ace paint were as well, if I remember right. The amateur inventors was its own entire bundle of stuff for the lasers, and the Vault-Tec laser gun paint just is what it is. Everybody likes that garbage for some reason. But again, the Switchback Power Armor bundle is in here. It has the Gatling gun, the jetpack, and the armor in one thing, and then it also has the little Switchback prefix that you can have. That's the special thing that you can't get without it. And if you look at this, you'll see that the power armor has these two very phallic jetpack nozzles shooting off the back. So keep that in mind if you're going to use it. The Whirl Wizard gives you empty paint cans which can't be used in a shelter, which I'm thinking these can be used for the canning thing, but I'm not exactly sure why. The Enclave kit is in here currently, the Communist skin, the Clean Chally outfit, because Graham's thing just went off. It should be the last day of it today, but you never know. We'll have to double check. Shell-shocked backpack, which is basically a backpack with a bunch of ammo on it, and one large mortar. Lumberjack bundle gives you the log chair, the table, gives you the rocks. These things, I've used these more than I ever want to think about. It gives you the log cabin kit. It does not give you the porches that goes with it. And the Tree Devils outfit, which is basically a lumberjack outfit from the I'm a Lumberjack skit. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's Kids in the Hall. It's pretty damn funny. And it's from the 90s, so it's almost frickin'... It's probably at least 30 years old, or hell, could be 40 years old at this point. Charleston Spark Power Armor is basically a Responder's Power Armor skin. It's got the little lights on top of it. It's been available with a couple other things in the past, but it's 50% off right now. The Vault Server Room, which is one of the bigger vault rooms that you can get. It has multiple layers and multiple rooms in it, and provides you with a certain amount of building area. It is also really, really cool. There used to be a way to glitch out into the actual server room behind it back there. I don't know if you still can or not, but you used to be able to, and you could go all over it, and it was awesome. I mean, just awesome. It's one of those things where they really kind of shorted you as a player because they didn't give you access to that room in the back, because it just had so much cool junk in it. Landscape painting is for sale. Obviously, I own it, so therefore I don't know the price. I'm going to guess somewhere around $250. The unlock is the free supply package, the Guild of Antiquities floor, which came in a, I want to say the Mind's Eye scoreboard back in the day. The Mixomatic is still the freebie for the Fallout First guys. Then you have the Fallout First tab, of course, and then you've got this last one, which is everything leaving the vault, and they've got it evening in the vault, because, you know, they're really good at their job, labeling things, showing it for you. Yeah, really good at it. So this stuff is all the same stuff. This is the game room stuff and the game table stuff, and the only thing you get is the gamer tag if you want that, or you can buy individual pieces. The other special, I don't know if that actually is true. I think you get the chair and the table and the two different games. I don't know if they give you... Oh, they give you the lamps too. The tripod lamp and that sitting lamp. So if you're a builder and you're looking for alternative light sources, which most of us are, this might be a way to get a couple. But I honestly don't know if there's something I would use or not. There's stuff that, like, my grandmother had in reality. Like, I remember that lamp, and I remember this lamp. From my grandmother's house when I was a child, which is kind of funny. But then you've got this Cozy Night Inn bundle, which is a bathtub, your PJs, your tea machine. If you don't have one, you might want to get one. Your kitty cat, which is my favorite cat, and your clean bathtub. And the weather station, the snow one, because that's appropriate for July. Yeah, Christmas in July. Anyway, as always, check the bundles. Check, because they're supposedly running a sale on bundles right now. So go through these and check and see if there's any that you may want and just don't have all of, or maybe you just need a small thing out of it that'll just, you know, finish it off. Like for me, it's the water purifiers out of here. And in the hand-to-hand bundle, it is the Service Award Axe Paint. So it'd be like this one here, or this one here, or the Survival Axe. So it'd be one of those two probably is what I'd wind up with. But there's certain things that I don't use often enough to worry about. So, like this is the Stinger right here. I don't have that. I might buy this just to go ahead and get this out of the way, because it does give you all of the other skins if you don't have any of them. But I don't really have a skin for that. And there's the Fallout First Catch-Up Bundle, which the only thing in here that I really kind of want is that right there. I think that was the coolest tent in the game for the longest amount of time. And then they started changing them and adding things to them. So, yeah, if there's things that you want, this is a good place to get the armor that I use on my characters most of the time, because I usually use this armor. Alright. So, anyway, like I said, check the bundles, check the stuff in the Atomic Shop. There's bound to be something you don't have. There's also bound to be something they didn't advertise, because they tend to not do that. Like, see right here, the loadout thing, 500. If you need an extra one. I don't particularly buy those, obviously. So, alright, let's go ahead and I'll log into the game and I'll show you what the weeklies are, and then we'll call it. Let's hop in. So, I'm not sure how much longer I'll be doing this, at least for another week, I suppose. I'm trying to get everything moved out, moved down to my father's house, because that's what's going on with me. If you have something interesting going on with you, by all means put it in the comments. This isn't necessarily interesting on my part. I'm just still dealing with repercussions.
Hey, was that the Brahmin I heard? Everything all right out there?
Separating from my wife. And being poor. So, let's take a look around here. My favorite building spot in the game. I love the view from up here. It is awesome. You can see the storms actually moving across the world space. It really is cool. Alright, enough of that. Let's look at this and see what we've got for challenges. So, as you notice, I'm at rank 100. That means that I need roughly 150 more levels from 100 in order to be able to get everything that I want in this. The dailies are simple. It's eat a pie that is not a cobbler. Buy and sell an item to another player, collect 250 caps, complete a mutated public event, kill 10 humans, kill 10 mutated enemies, and sell wolf ribs to an NPC vendor. The weeklies are catch 21 fish, collect 60 ballistics, collect 25 water, complete 3 events, craft 35 fish bites. If you do this, this will be easily done. Craft 6 chems, you should be able to do that out of your inventory for most of us. Deal fire damage to enemies times 500, use the cremator or flamethrower, or any weapon with a fire attribute, and you should be able to get that done without too much of a problem. Kill 25 creatures. If you remember right, the daily up here is kill 10 mutated enemies. That should cover that, to be honest. Or part of it. Scrap headwear, you can make that at your workbench. I'll show you that real quick. Complete 3 public events. So let's see now, where is my armor bench? It's over here. This is the pristine Vault-Tec armor bench is what it's called, but as you can see, it is far from pristine. We will go ahead and log into here, and since we're going for headwear, we just go down to that category. Now, if you're me, you've already bought like a lot of things from the Atomic Shop, or picked them up via different events and things like that. If you aren't me, you're going to have a few things, like maybe the Blue Devil pelt, maybe the Blue Ridge helmet, maybe these Bone Chill masks. I mean, nothing too complicated, but you should be able to find at least something in here that you can make for yourself without too much of an issue. I think it's funny, there's 2 different versions of the cowboy hat. There's the free version, which has the rope on it, and then there's the paid version that has the cloth band around the base. And the rope version is a much nicer looking hat than the cloth version, which looks more like it's worn and readily used. But yeah, you should be able to find some of these things in your inventory, at least one. I would suggest pick one that costs the least amount, like, and just make whatever you want to make, but that's me saying. But like I said, you should have some of them in here. And then you just make them. Let's go down, we'll find the one that I like to use is like this one here. Because it only costs 2, and I need, like, I want to say it was 25. Which cost me 25 cloth, then I switch back over, and I go down to... let's cancel that. And then we go back in here, and we go to scrap. And there's our 25 hoodies. And thanks to the new setup, all the stuff just goes away in one push. That's new, by the way. It didn't used to do that. It used to give you all 25 as an individual item, and then you have to go through and click each one individually. Now they've got it set up somehow where it is a brick of them, and you can just eliminate them in one push. Now, for cobblers that are not a pie, I don't know if I have any on me. But I'll show you where to go get the stuff you need for that real quick. Alright, so we're going to go over here to Arnholt Homestead, a place where the wolf event usually goes off in the forest. It's usually one of the 3 locations. Not always, but most of the time it is. And we're going to go grab some cranberries. But in the process, we're going to also, well, let's be honest, we're going to kill some stuff while we're here, because might as well go ahead and do that as I'm moving along. Arnholt Homestead is a good place for a couple different things. There we go. Now I feel better. Alright. So you come down here. If you need bugs, it's a good place to come get bugs. You can always find at least 5 of them floating around here, if not more. And they are fairly quick and simple to kill. But what you want are the cranberries right here. And you want to make sure you grab enough. And hopefully you have this recipe in your character. Because this is the easiest thing to make. For this, to be honest. Just come back over here. Take a look down here, make sure there's nothing you need to kill. Let me go ahead and drop a bomb over there just to be on the safe side. There's one way out there. There we go. So, come over here, hop on this, go under. You can go under plant foods. It's a little faster, and you're gonna make yourself cranberry cobbler. Now, I got enough stuff here to make 8 of them. That's 4 plants, and I want to say I have the green thumb perk on, if I remember right. Yes, so that doubles what I get. So 4 plants should give you 4, and you should be good with 4. But all you need to do then is just open this up, and you get the benefits of the cranberry cobbler as well, which is there's an extra XP bonus for 5%. So if you're going to do this, you might as well get a benefit out of it. Eat the cobbler, which is not a pie, and there you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, since you're doing mutated public events, you want to look around, see what's going on. Line in the sand is still going on down here, and looks like there's a few people at it, so we can go to that and get that out of the way, and maybe get a few kills on it, but I doubt it, because I'm kind of going in late because I didn't realize it was already going on. And public events usually start off either at the beginning of the hour or the half hour, pretty much in increments. So keep that in mind. It's usually every hour to every half hour, depending on the type of event that it is. Mutated events, it should be every hour on the hour. So keep that in mind. But because of the way the game is set up, there will be events that go off on the half hour mark as well. But as I said before, you should be able to hit these events without too much of a problem. problem with this is going to fail probably because they are resilient and there's no real way. Take that thing down unless you happen to get lucky. There's no weapon that bypasses resilience, and hitting something from the air, I mean, kind of made that practically impossible. And defend the generator long enough to make it worth our while. There we go. Yeah. I can't get him down. Damage wise, it's very easy to deal with. You can't really get up there. And you can't put it down within a certain point because there's no more damage left to take from it. I have a feeling that's going to be the last one alive. No damage. No damage. There it goes. Now it's dead. Kill it. So the sequel can come. Oh, where did he go? Oh, there he is. Well. So, the benefit to doing the mutated events are, if you have enough people that are Fallout first, you're pretty much guaranteed a better grade of mutated party pack events. The pack of crap that you get from the event. That's a given. You just get better stuff out of it. Not a big deal, but at the same time, kind of cool. Do the same idea. So, let's see now. Get rid of any of that we got that's carrying extra weight. He left. Take it back. I'm gonna leave that for him, but oh well. I need to go down to a vendor and sell off a bunch of crap. Keep that. Just let me fast travel to where I'm going. But yeah, just keep in mind the events, the cycle that they go on. Like I said, every hour to every half hour. If you're doing something, keep an eye on that little tab down there. Make sure all events are active so you can see it. It'll show you vendors. It'll show you everything you need to know as far as getting rid of stuff out of your inventory. Go grab the ingredients to make the cobbler. Make
How
it
can
yourself.
I assist you today?
Not a big deal. Just a lot of stuff to keep track of overall, and I get that. So if you need help, look around. There's usually somebody that has a mic that's willing to
Ready
help
to
you if you have a mic
exchange
and you can ask
items?
for it. If you don't have it, well, you kind of, well, you're going to be doing your own thing pretty much. I need to get some more caps out of this thing to get rid of that 250, so let's go ahead and just sell off some
Now
crap that I don't actually
displaying
need.
current stock.
Which for me is going to be these. That'll give me 27. Go over here under aid. Go down. Look and see what all I've got.
Ready to initiate trading.
I have a good amount of psycho buff that I can probably give to a friend of mine when he's on again. Because although I use it,
How can I assist you today?
I have 91 stem packs. Get rid of those. And that should cover that.
Ready to exchange items.
Now then I need, how many ammo? 60. Should be easy to do. I'm going to go ahead and...
Now displaying current stock.
I'm going to jump up to this location right here. Kill myself a few wolves real quick. I'll show you where that is too, so... you know what's going on. Okay, usually there are 5 wolves that appear at this cabin. And as you can see, here they are, dead. All of them dead. Which means somebody else came through and killed them recently. But this is the Autumn Acre cabin. It is just east of the Wendigo Cave. It is west of Toxic Larry's. Technically west and vertically above it. The other place that may wind up having a few wolves that you can go to is the investigator's cabin here. It usually has 2 to 3 that show up, so there's a benefit to that. I am not using a gun that is conducive to... so there's 1, 2, and the third one is in a cabin. And now that they've all gone Ghost Rider on me, there they are. Alright, now I'll jump back over here to this thing. By the way, this used to happen all the time at events whenever someone would use the Tesla cannon. It would chain to enemies, so the word chain would appear at every enemy strike point in the thing. It was actually one of those things that a friend of mine and I documented a lot so that we could report it to Bethesda and hopefully get them to fix it. It seems to have been handled in a few patches, but it is definitely not as predominant as it used to be, meaning it doesn't show up practically all the time. But when I say it showed up all the time, I mean it showed up all the time. Did you shoot them, didn't I?
Hit me again!
I don't need to, thanks. See? Told him. Looks like everybody's going around doing everything they can just as fast as humanly possible. Which means they're all hitting the same spots and doing as much as they can to get everything done as quickly as possible. It's very common on the first day of any of the week, all the time. You'll find things that people are just, ripping through as fast as humanly possible. In hopes that they get theirs done and don't have to worry about it anymore. Especially people that don't use Fallout first because they don't have the advantage of being able to go to a private world to actually go through and find some stuff. And I understand that. Not everybody can afford it. Not everybody wants to pay extra money for something in the game. Some people just want to play the base game and enjoy it. And I get it. I totally do. I've been playing this game for far too long, and Fallout First is something that whenever I got my hands on it, it's been something I've kept.
They're just over there.
On at least one of my characters.
Satisfaction with Sunny is guaranteed.
Just the way I am. I don't like to mess with
Is it
anything
yins
if
or
I can help
yous
it,
or
but
y'all? I can't keep up.
it happens.
Evening.
That is the gold vendor, by the way, here at the Foundation. He
I'm sore all over.
doesn't really sell anything
Building this
that
place
I
up is
want in
hard
particular, but he may sell something you want. What I'm looking for is this bench right here, so I can go ahead and make some more chems. I'm going to go with healing chems and see if I can make some of these. I'm just going to make all of them. Get it out of the way. Now, for the chem manufacturing thing, one of the other things you can always do is you can always make a lesser version of an item that you already have, meaning you can always make the watered down version of your chems while you're playing. You can make like the and that'll make the chems go a little further because you're literally splitting it in two. But it'll also make the dailies a little easier. You just need to make sure you have enough purified water to do it, because you do need purified water when you're cutting your chems. Not boiled water, purified water. So there is that to consider. Now, one of the things here is to kill humans, and the other thing is to buy something from a player. So I'm going to go over here and do neither one of those things, and I'm going to pick up some purified water, because I have it at this location. It's kind of what this base is built for. It's also the camp that I want to submit for the fishing contest that's going on Bethesda's thing. But the issue that I have with it is the video can only be 60 seconds long, and although I can do it, I don't know if I should or not. Anyway, this is the camp. Kind of a junk pile. Kind of became my style. I'm kind of used to dealing with stuff in this world, so to speak.
Hello.
But as you can see, there's plenty of water here. Because this is pretty much my brewing camp. It's supposed to look like it has a ton of water. But that's the main idea for it. I mean, granted, it's also my fishing camp, but I mean, you can't deny it's a fishing camp. It's built right on the water. Let me give you guys a little peek. Alright. Back area, the bedroom, all the water purifiers. All this broken stuff that needs to be rebuilt that I didn't even notice was broken. We got here because things spawn here, and that means there are guns here. I try and take care of all of it, but I don't always notice everything that's busted. That's one of the reasons why I go into that mode and take a look at my camp, because I honestly didn't notice these things weren't here. I should have, but I didn't. But it's a weird camp. It's fun. I like it. But, okay, so that's done. I need to buy something from another person. I might as well go up here to this guy's camp, see if he's got any plans that I can pick up quick and easy and cheap that'll fill out my inventory. Odds are against it, knowing my luck, because my luck runs really bad when it comes to buying stuff from other players. I have a camp here at this location myself. Actually, I have several. I use the boat out there for the place to place your camp. I might just buy a map from it. I don't think there's anything else here that I really need. Although, if he wants buff tats things, he does have it. I'm just looking now for no reason. Alright. Let's find a location with somebody that's not got a rainstorm going on. And they've got a lot of plans, so maybe they've got something decent. Problem is, a lot of plans doesn't necessarily mean anything. As you saw, you could have a bunch of garbage. I tend to keep low-level plans on most of my characters that I run that are running sales or trading camps because, well, there's always something that a low-level player just doesn't quite have or hasn't found yet that they may be looking for. Usually it's a recipe or that one piece of armor that they didn't quite get. But, alright, let's go here and see what we get. Interesting choice. Not a bad layout, actually. Yeah, not a bad layout at all, really. Like a loft with an open roof slash wall over here. Nicely done. Very nicely done. Looks like they're in the process of building it, so leave them to that. I do like the stash box. Does look good. I mean, there's no denying that. They're taking a certain level of care that I do not have at the moment. And it's a shame that they actually have no plans that I actually need in here. Nothing. Oh man, when was the last time I found a good plan? I can't even remember. I have a friend that works in a flower shop. I was talking to her earlier. Interesting camp. So the reason why I started doing my camp series where I would jump around and look at camps is because of things like this. I would go shopping on one of my characters, just randomly jumping from camp to camp, from world to world, trying to find different items, because back then legendaries weren't so much something we could create as something we had to find. And I would jump to these different camps and I would look around and I would be like, oh, that's cool, that's awesome. And then I'd wonder, you know, whose camp it was, what kind of stuff they had. That's interesting. That's an interesting placement for your vendors on top of the stove. Different colored mining helmets, that's interesting too. but nothing as far as plans go. I'll just buy this. I can always gift that to somebody that's low level. Won't be a problem to find somebody that needs it. Now, killing humans is one of those things that's kind of hit or miss, and I'll explain why. If you go for cultists, about 85% of them are human. The other 15% are ghouls. You'll notice when you kill them, they don't tack off as far as, you know, in your listing. But, like I said, I'm not sure how much longer I'll be doing these videos because I'm going to be moving to my father's place. And my father is a great guy, but
I regret nothing.
he's in his 80s, and the only suitable internet connection really in his house is in his living room, and that's just going to be a trip, I have a feeling. So, unless I want to get my own Wi-Fi set up, and wireless in general, I mean, I may wind up doing it anyway, because I'm going to wind up needing it whenever I finally move out, but it's just kind of nuts to think about, to be honest. And I don't know if you noticed that, but that thing looked like it was a homing missile. That is weird shit. They have done something weird with this thing since they've done a couple updates with it lately. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but like, they have made some of the items just a little crazier than they used to be. Some of the physics space is just a little out there. There should be somebody down there. Down there.
Holy Mothman, grant me strength. Now to my
You
final
can tell I don't
rule.
really care how many I kill. I just want to get what's necessary for the event that I'm doing, and that's it. I'm not going to go hunting a bunch of extras.
You will be sacrificed to the divine light.
Possibly at some point. Just not right now. But I can guarantee you will be. Alright. So, a friend of mine built a couple of the coolest Mothman camps up here. Bunny of Doom, or Doom Bubble. I don't remember which one. I think Doom Bubble. Hard to remember all the people that I know, to be honest. Mainly because I've met so many here, and mainly because I've met so many in other things. Is it Bunny of Doom? Bubble of Doom. That's it. Bubble of Doom. He built two really cool camps up here. One up here on the ridge, and one down there on the actual entrance bridge into this town. Two really cool camps. Both of them Mothman themed. Both of them beautiful. If you ever get a chance to check them out, I highly recommend it. But yeah, that's who you need to look for, is Bubble of Doom. He also has his own YouTube channel. So, that's the dailies for today, and that's a good chunk of the weeklies as well in one push. So it can be done relatively quickly. It can take you all week if you want. You can do a little bit at a time. But either way you go, just have a good time and enjoy the game for what it is. They have made some improvements. Um, I'm not sure how the layouts for Bethesda is going to affect this game. I don't know any of that kind of stuff. That's not my... I basically talk to you about the game, not necessarily Bethesda as a company, because Bethesda as a company is kind of screwy because they have too much tied up in one person, in my opinion. But, I mean, I know... If you understand what I'm talking about, just gonna put it this way. Todd Howard has too much things tied to him personally that need to be tied to other people in order to make things go faster. For instance, Fallout. If you gave him just that to deal with, that would be awesome. Or if you gave him Elder Scrolls alone to deal with, that would be awesome. Or if you gave him Starfield, their newest franchise, that would be awesome. Or any of the other product lines that they are currently not really producing. Not because they don't have the staff, but because they don't have the direction. That would be awesome. But that's part of the problem with a company that's both small and big. Bethesda is a small company that presents itself as being a AAA developer, and they're not really a AAA developer because they're using the same crappy engine that they have for years. They just recently moved to the Unreal Engine 5, which they didn't really move to it. They're just kind of figuring out how to import their crap into it, which is fine. Great. Needs to be done. Just for improved back-end mechanics for networking and things like that. Trust me, I get it. Just the physics improvements and things like that. The ability for a character, like, it wouldn't be awesome to be able to climb that tower there instead of having to worry about jetpacking up it? Because with Unreal Engine 5, you could. You understand what I mean? You could also go over across the river into Ohio over there and actually go into Ohio and possibly have a much larger map than we currently have. Lighting effects. This is beautiful. It really is, and it has a style all its own. But Unreal Engine 5 could make the moon and sun flares and things like that be so much better. And the fact that this thing has a physics issue, like right now, this thing sitting here, I don't know if you noticed, but it's bounced multiple times with me standing on it because of the physics of it being posted where it is. And I grant you, I put it into the frame of the hill, but it also let me do it. So, yeah. Alright. Anyway, you guys have a good time. Thank you all for coming around, and I'll talk to you later. Hopefully sooner than later.